Hello everyone, welcome to part 5 of the Donkey Kong Country 3 Let's Play. Now it's time to take that turbo ski and go up the waterfall over here in the far corner. See what's going on at this world. This is the snow world of the game, K3. And the first stage will be another alliteration, the old crevice creepers. Alright, hey, this isn't a snowy level, but what gives? See, it's like I was talking about earlier, how the level themes are very inconsistent from level to level. Like, how we had that snow level in World 1. It just feels like everything's a little scattered. But anyways, the goal here is to just keep climbing up the ropes and look out for them dynamite barrels. They sure do have silly faces. But as silly as they look, you gotta look out for them, folks. I don't see what the point is of me throwing that barrel there, but oh well. Hey, moving through here pretty quickly. Whoa, just gotta keep an eye out. But yeah, there isn't a whole lot left to do in the game. I'm pretty much at the halfway point of this Let's Play. I recorded 9 episodes in total. So I guess I would consider this pretty much the halfway point. I really like the music here though, it's very suspenseful. And now I'm up to 37 lives. Never been a big fan of these type of levels though, with the mountains in the background or whatever. At least in this game. It looks very washed out, like the colors just look very weird. But hey, that's the end of that one, folks. This part's off to a pretty solid start. Tearaway Toboggan. So that's how you spell toboggan. I'm not really quite sure what the difference is supposed to be between a beanie and a toboggan. I've heard people call beanies toboggans. Unless they're two totally different things. Oh. Just gotta look out for the zings. Zingo! It's that music from the bee race level earlier. Outrunning the bees. However, I guess this would count as like an auto-scroller. I mean, you're pretty much stuck in this automated little vehicle here. When it comes to auto-scrollers, it's not really my bread and butter. And I would say, at least the Sonic series hardly ever uses those. It always feels really out of place in a Sonic game. There is an auto-scrolling level in Bridge Zone, I believe, in the Sonic 1 Game Gear game, and ooh. Oh, that was close. Barely made it. But good, at least I made it. Keep things a rollin'. Barrel drop bounce. If I'm not mistaken, it's 6 stages in a boss per world. I probably could have mentioned that earlier. This is kind of a neat one though, you just gotta wait for the barrels to drop and then bounce. Hence the title. You just gotta be prepared to make some tricky, well-timed jumps from time to time to time. Bonk. I like how you echoed. I'll never get tired of that noise in this series. I really should try to sit down and play the newer DKC Country games. Donkey Kong Country. I really should sit down though and try to play Returns and Tropical Freeze again at some point. I've played maybe like 5 minutes of Tropical Freeze, and I actually made it about halfway through Returns. Returns, it just took me a little while to get used to, and it's quite a difficult game. I would say even more so than 2 and 3. I've heard Tropical Freeze is a pretty difficult game as well. But the thing I didn't really like about Donkey Kong Country Returns was that it relies on them janky motion controls, and I'm glad that they finally ported it over to the Switch before they stopped making games for the Switch. So I'm glad that we got that, because that was long overdue. Because it seemed like they were pretty quick to port Tropical Freeze, as whenever the Switch first came out, it's like they kept just porting Wii U games. And then there were some Wii U games that I wish would have got ported over. But I guess that's the way it goes sometimes. Like, I specifically wish Star Fox Zero got a Switch release. Maybe Sonic Lost World or something. But then again, Sonic Lost World's not a very good game. I don't care if I take flack for that one. I just didn't enjoy it that much. I found it kind of a difficult stretch to get through at times. And it was mostly just one boss battle that really sealed the deal for me. Because you just gotta be like really specific with how you hit that boss. And it got very frustrating. But anyways, Crack Shot Croc. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, it's another one of those factory levels with the guitars. And I get one of my more favorite animal buddies back. So this should be a fairly smooth level of levelness to get through. Wow! Ah, yes, this level. It's the one where you gotta outrun the targets. Which is actually pretty easy to do because you can just get out of the way once they lock on. They don't follow you the whole time. So it kinda makes it a little bit of an easier trek through this one. Whoa. Good thing I was able to get out of the way for that one. But yeah, this is one of the better animal buddies in my opinion. I'm also glad that they bring back On Guard the fish. But as I previously mentioned, I wish the ostrich from DKC1 would have got a little bit more love and they would have brought it back. As well as the Rambi the Rhino from the first two games. I would much rather have Rambi the Rhino in this game than that stupid... Hey. Well, so much for saying it's an easy level. But yeah, I would much rather have Rambi the Rhino as a playable animal buddy than that stupid elephant. God, I do not like that elephant. But yeah, I feel like sometimes this is the kind of, sometimes it kind of feels like they were running out of ideas with this game. Like, you come off of two blockbusters with the DKC 1 and 2, and then you got this one, and it just feels a little overblown at times, but it feels a little like, sometimes it just feels like it ran out of ideas and steam from time to time. I'm not saying this game sucks. I don't hate the game. I just give it about a 6 out of 10. I could take it or leave it for the most part. Now, a long time ago, I was even less of a fan of this game, but time has healed that a little bit. I've certainly played far worse video games. Wow. I gotta be getting close to the end of this thing, though. The red zingers. It really is a shame you can't do much about those. Ah, yes, that must be the end of the spider. No? Huh. Ah, that must have been... There it is, yeah. That must have just been a sign for the end of the targets. Yeah. Damn sneezes. I keep having to cut out sneezes because I'm still in the middle of a really bad sinus infection. And I'm just trying to power through it. I know in a few days I'll be alright, though. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta look out for them penguins. I do like bouncing off them as they just keep spawning and getting in the way. I remember there was this running joke between my older brother and one of his exes many, many years ago where they had this running joke about penguins being evil or something, and I'm not really sure. I wasn't entirely in on the joke, but I mean, these penguins are evil. You don't want to hit them because you'll take damage. The same goes for the penguins in Sonic 3 and Knuckles in Ice Cap Zone. Oh. At least for a snow world, there's plenty of levels dedicated to it. I do love me some snow winter levels. That is probably my favorite trope in video games, because they usually look absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. They always look really pleasing to the eye. But my favorite snow level will always be the one from the Special World in Super Mario World. The name escapes me immediately, but... Oh no, it's time for the Bleak boss. And this one's kind of tricky, as now you're in third-person shooter mode. But it's not too hard to hit the targets sometimes. You just gotta be very careful not to get hit. Which, it's a little bit ridiculous that a snowball of all things could kill me in this. Death by snowball. Once again, video game logic at its finest, folks. But yeah, after you hit him a couple of times, he starts doing that. He starts shooting cannonballs of snow outside of his hat. Which, considering he's made out of snow, how does that work? Wouldn't that hurt him too? Anyway. Yeah, the intensity starts to pick up the more you hit the enemy, and it's not so bad once you get all the patterns down. Bonk. Just land a couple of good bonks. And sometimes, you just gotta be quick. You gotta be really quick. It seemed like the snow world went by kind of quickly, though. Maybe this is the exception to the 6th level world. I'd have to double check. Bonk. No bonk? I wanted a bonk, dang it. And no. Let's say I got him this time. No? Okay, come on. Dang it, I missed. Oh, I missed. I'd say I probably got him after this, though. It just seems like it takes him forever to get... Oh, man. Seems like it takes him forever to get this done with. Bonk. I think that's gonna be the bonk that ends Bleak. Sweet. And I got a bonus coin this time. Alright, I'll see y'all in part 6, folks. See you then.